Right now at 6, Aura Trails unveiling a plan for expansion. And a 50th anniversary reunion in Pepin for the cast of Little House on the Prairie.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Emily has the night off. A town of Caledonia woman is accused of child abuse following an incident at an unlicensed daycare last month. 33-year-old Megan Valley is charged with physical abuse of a child and neglect. Now, according to the criminal complaint, a 1-year-old in Valley's care received second and third-degree scalding burns to his body and face. Investigators believe the liquid that caused the burns was heated from a source other than the home's hot water heater. The child's parents say Valley told them he was covered in hives, and they only learned they were burns after taking him to the hospital. Valley's currently out of jail on a $2,500 cash bond. Her initial appearance in court is set for June. The family of Alex Xavier Pedron planted a honey locust tree in Myrick Park this morning in the child's honor. The 6-year-old Alex Xavier was found dead in his Maderi home back in February of 2023. Alex Xavier's cousin says they chose to plant a tree in remembrance because they can last forever. And the spot chosen by his older sister holds a lot of family significance.
So the spot where the tree is being planted was also where Alex Xavier was at the wedding we last saw him in October of 2021. So that was the last time any of us were able to really see him.
Since Pedron's death, his family has been raising awareness for child abuse through the group Justice for Alex Xavier. 31-year-old Josie Dykeman is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in connection with Pedron's death. She's currently in jail on a $250,000 cash bond.
Yeah, for most of the day it's been dry, but we've had some showers come through as Claire's had seen some to the west of La Crosse and even up to the north on I-94. We're getting a few showers, even a storm too, as you can see looking at Warrens and Millston. You can see the dark clouds in the background too and the wet road. So there's a little bit of rain there outside with this cold front coming through. La Crosse still has a chance probably to about another couple hours to see a shower. Not everyone's going to see it. Otherwise, clearing skies as we get later in the night, dropping in the mid-50s. Eau Claire already saw the showers, but the winds have been quite breezy, gust up to 40 behind the front. That's something that'll accompany it too. Temperatures will drop back down to the 50s, and then the winds will also begin to lighten up too. There's your showers and a few storms, and most of it is just near Black River Falls and stretching further eastward as you zoom in. That's that line that's coming through right there with a few storms. I've actually had a special weather statement on that for some gusty winds along with it. Much less activity as you go further south towards La Crosse. That stuff came through fairly quickly. Just some virgas, some light rain showers, and otherwise as we go throughout the night, the big story is going to be the clearing skies. Eventually we'll see coming closer to midnight as the temperatures begin to fall back, and then later on we're going to kind of break down. Yes, the aurora coming tonight, which Europe's already saw quite a bit of pink, red colors over there all the way down to North Africa too with the storming. So it's going to fluctuate throughout the night, but we'll kind of break down what we expect here later. All
right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Greg. Well, Aura Trails is making its first land acquisition with the Aura Community Trail Farm. The 300-acre site is located along the banks of Pamel Creek in the heart of La Crosse's Blufflands. The trails and park will be built on old farmland. Current plans include 15 miles of trails as well as a nature education center. Their executive director says that when the park is finished, there will be something for everyone.
We really want to make sure that there's activities for every level of enthusiast and those who aren't yet enthusiasts. And we want to get them out here with the easy button and then trick them into being enthusiasts of all things outdoors. We want to get them with their feet.
Now, Aura Trails was able to buy the land parcel with help from a more than $1 million grant from the DNR's Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program. Aura Community Trail Farm is scheduled to open in 2025. Midwest Music Fest is returning to Rock the Coulee region. The festival celebrating its 15th anniversary today and tomorrow over in Winona. Midwest Music Fest spans across 5 different venues in Winona, featuring a large tented main stage in Levy Park. They're bringing back some familiar fan favorites such as Night Moves and Rogue Valley, as well as plenty of new acts. Now, a co-chair of the festival says there's going to be a little bit of music for everyone. We'll hear more from them tonight at 10. Now, there will be a maker's market, free music, and some family activities at the park from 10 to 4 tomorrow before the main acts take the stage. Tickets $95 for a weekend pass or $55 for a single day pass. Students can get weekend passes for $30. The cast of Little House on the Prairie is celebrating the show's 50th anniversary in Pepin this weekend. Laura Ingalls Wilder, who authored the original children's books, was born in Pepin in 1867 and based many of the stories on her own life as a pioneer in the Midwest. Cast members spent the day meeting fans and sharing memories from the set of one of America's most enduring television series. And News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall was there.
It's been 5 decades since Little House on the Prairie hit the airwaves, introducing us to the Ingalls family as they navigate life throughout the 1800s. 50 years later, the legacy continues, and today, fans are meeting the actors who played some of their favorite characters. When Little House on the Prairie premiered in 1974, Wendy Lou Lee, who played Grace Ingalls, says she never imagined the show's legacy would continue decades later.
I don't think anyone thought that would happen, but Michael Landon actually, what is that? What's the word?
He predicted it.
He predicted it, yeah, that this would be here way longer than all of us would be here.
Today kicked off part 2 of the show's 50th anniversary tour, highlighting the place author Laura Ingalls Wilder once called home.
It started here. The story starts here. So that's the whole thing, is we wanted to pay tribute to the place where she was born. And, you know, the Little House in the Big Woods book was written all about her time here in Pepin.
Cast members Jennifer Donati and Wendy Lou Lee say the best part of it is now.
And we get to travel together at least once or twice a month, and it's really incredible. We do get to see Melissa Gilbert once in a while, but not that often.
For Pamela Roylance, who played Sarah Reed Carter, being on the show was a full circle moment.
I read the books when I was about 9 years old, and I loved the books. And I always wanted to be on the show. When I got on the show, it was a dream come true.
What do you think Michael Landon is looking down saying? Number 2, what do you think Laura Ingalls Wilder herself is looking down saying?
I'm sure Laura would be floored. I don't think she could have even imagined all of this.
And I think Michael Landon is smiling from heaven saying, wow, look what we did. And I'm going to get emotional.
The festivities continue this weekend. On Sunday, the cast will be on La Crosse's Queen River boat for more meet and greets. In Pepin, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Sunday, cast members will be in La Crosse for a special Mother's Day cruise aboard the La Crosse Queen at 1:30 p.m. and then a dinner cruise at 5:30. A high school reunion 8 decades in the making. Today, 3 ladies from Galesville High School's class of 1944 celebrated their 80th class reunion. The 98-year-olds planned to be taken to lunch in style, getting picked up by a 1929 Packard. However, the 95-year-old car broke down on the way to pick them up, but they still stopped for a picture and then went to lunch in a slightly less flashy ride. After lunch, they celebrated with cake and ice cream and called a few classmates who weren't able to make it. Still ahead tonight, desperation in Gaza. The UN says only a few days of stockpiled food remains. The latest after this.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of $1,000s of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
It's the weekend clearance at Drury's in Fountain. Incredible savings on America's finest furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. You'll save hundreds of dollars on top brands like Smith Brothers, Daniels Amish, and Flexsteel. Bedrooms, casual dining, sofas, even premium leather, all priced to go. You'd better hurry because you won't see furniture of this quality at these prices again. The weekend clearance, this weekend only at Drury's in Fountain.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a cruciate ligament injury or torn ACL? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in knee reconstruction using the TPLO. This is a gold standard that's been used by veterinarians for over 40 years and provides the strongest fixation in ACL repair. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
The Blue Angels return to the Deke Slayton Airfest June 15th and 16th at the La Crosse Regional Airport. Since 1946, the Blue Angels showcase the excitement, precision, and power of naval aviation. The 2024 Airfest also features Michael Goulian performing in his Extra 330 SC, Susan Dacey with big barnstorming super steerman Big Red, plus so much more. Online tickets only. Visit airfest.com to purchase your tickets today.
There is new fear tonight that an Israeli attack on the city of Rafah is imminent. 1.3 million Palestinians had sought safety in the southern Gaza town, but many are now scrambling to leave following the latest failed ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas. Willie James Inman reports.
New desperation in Rafah as the streets empty out, cars and trucks piled high with belongings. The UN estimates more than 100,000 Palestinians have fled the Gaza border town in recent days. This woman says Israel dropped leaflets urging people to evacuate, but says where the leaflets say to go is unsafe. Israel has seized control of the Rafah border crossing, blocking aid into Gaza. The United Nations says it has only 3 days worth of stockpiled food, and the Secretary General lashed out at Israel.
You have more civilians killed in Gaza than the civilians killed after the Russian invasion of the Ukraine in more than 2 years.
President Biden has said his administration will not provide weapons for a major military operation in Gaza, but Israeli officials say they have the weapons they need to go after Hamas in the densely populated area.
Former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster.
I think it's feckless on the part of the Biden administration. I think it's really important to note that Hamas has said they want every day to be like October 7th.
But support for Israel's actions in Gaza may be waning. Friday, the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly backed a resolution that would effectively recognize a Palestinian state. The U.S. and Israel abstained from the vote, and later, standing before the General Assembly, Israel's ambassador shredded the UN Charter. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
The U.S. government tries to stop bird flu before it becomes a problem. The steps they plan on taking to stop the spread.
Along with a good aurora tonight, we have actually a decent weekend ahead with warm temperatures, especially even 80s coming for Sunday. But I'll break down if we do have any storm chances for Mother's Day and what next week also looks like. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
You can't just pull up to a drive-thru and order perfectly tender brisket that's been slow smoking over hickory wood for 13 hours. Actually, Arby's just lied. You totally can. Arby's, we have the meat.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with a $100 Estate fertilizer purchase, like Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. All Cub Cadet riding mowers are on sale, up to $900 off. Plus, come test drive our huge selection of mowers and lawn equipment during this Saturday's Ride and Drive event, starting at 9 a.m. at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Get up to 60% off list prices
on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Incredible deals like this brand new Chase with storage that's also a sleeper, just $449. This complete wicker set with table, just $899. Or get a free ottoman with this sectional. Maybe you're looking for a comfy sofa? That's just $399. Up to 60% off list.
At the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Sealands Carpetland, your family comes first. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners in creating a home that lasts a lifetime. Discover a world of comfort and durability with our huge selection. Whether it's cozy carpeting for your living room, timeless hardwood for a classic touch, or versatile tiles that stand up to the hustle and bustle of family life. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The U.S. government has a new plan to pay farmers to help stop the spread of bird flu in dairy cattle. Over the next 4 months, the government will pay up to $28,000 per farm to support specific steps needed to stem the spread of H5N1. Payout incentives will also go to producers that supply personal protective equipment to their workers and those that allow workers to participate in CDC research. Additional money will go toward farms' biosecurity efforts and veterinary bills for infected animals. The first bird flu infection in cows was confirmed in March by the USDA, and since then, more than 40 herds have tested positive across 9 states. Well, we are now on Northern Lights Watch. A severe solar storm could trigger colorful auroras as far south as Alabama. The Space Weather Prediction Center says at least 5 coronal mass ejections have been directed toward Earth. These explosions of plasma and magnetic fields from the sun's corona create the storm. And if strong enough, the storms could impact infrastructure, potentially disrupting communications, the electric power grid, navigation, radio, and satellite operations. So us in the region, we might be able to look at it tonight and get a good view. For the latest breakdown on Aurora Watch and the rest of your weekend forecast, let's send it over to Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have the opportunity. This is probably one of the better opportunities in maybe 20 years. We've seen some of the storming level back to the early 2000s with some of those flares, but it's been quite about 4 or 5. There's even some reports, maybe 7 of these CMEs or eruptions that are heading this way, and they are all Earth directed. We've already had one hit at least, but we have the evening storms that contend with a little bit that line coming through, then the auroras tonight, and then the weekend actually still looks really nice. Most of the time, probably 80% of it's going to be dry. We are watching maybe for some storms on Mother's Day, but we're going to probably hit the 80s before that. So stormy, yeah, all Europe is experiencing a lot of color. Most of it's pink so far, but if you look online, you can see plenty of pictures all the way down to North Africa has actually seen it. So that's why we're thinking this level of 7, 8, even 9, you're going to get pretty much the whole continental U.S. at least be able to see it on the horizon, if not overhead. It's going to fluctuate off and on tonight just when these CMEs or these eruptions hit. So I still think it's going to be a good shot throughout the morning. It might even go to Saturday too, night, if the storming continues. But Mother's Day, 80s, low to mid 80s. It might be one of the warmest days we've had in quite a while, or at least for the season. We do have those storms that contend with in the afternoon, but most of the day should be dry. But right now, we still got this little cold front that's going to be diving south. You can see the wind flow coming all the way up from Canada. So these are kind of coming northwest, southeast. We have one here and one way up to the Pacific, actually into Canada. That'll be the storm we'll be watching through the front that'll be coming through probably for Mother's Day. Very weak, but they still can produce some showers and storms like one right now. There's a line just near the Black River Falls, extends up to Wausau. This is really the main line that continues to surge south. You might see some wind gusts with this as it comes through, just how fast it's moving, but then it really tails off to the west there and not much going on besides that. That will continue to push east. It will fall apart a little bit after sunset. We still got a little bit of sprinkles or a shower still with this flow coming from the north that may impact Eau Claire up to Ladysmith. Once again, very isolated, but that could continue through about 10 to 11. Then we should start clearing out overnight. Temperatures will begin to fall with that northwest wind. Good aurora viewing all the way to morning hours. And then tomorrow looks like a lot of sunshine, a few high cirrus clouds, northwest winds, but overall our temperature should get up to the 60s by noon, and then low 70s, which is kind of where we should be for this time of year. So really seasonable conditions. And as we go through Saturday evening, just a few cirrus clouds beginning to push in. We do have a warm front that'll be coming. That coming Saturday night is going to really change the wind flow from the south. So we'll have more clouds Saturday night going into Sunday, so overnight lows will be more in the 50s. We might even see a sprinkle for areas northeast as it comes through. But then Sunday, Winds southwest will allow that warm temperatures that come all the way up to 80. We might see that shower or thunderstorm chance as that front kind of comes through late in the day. Something to keep an eye on, but most of the day will not be impacted by it. But towards the afternoon and evening hours, we might see that shower or thunderstorm come through. And the start of next week still looks dry right now. That system kind of stalls to the south, so we're not expecting any rain quite yet. We'll see if that changes. We do have more active weather coming next week, but Monday should start off pretty much dry and seasonable conditions for everyone too. But for tonight, it's really the shower storm coming through probably for the next couple hours. I-94 and probably northeast is where you're going to see more of that, less further south. Then Aurora viewing, we got 40s pretty much for the low, upper 40s, low 50s. Tomorrow, more seasonable conditions, upper 60s, low 70s. More clouds in the afternoon, that northwest wind. Warm front comes through Saturday night, means our temperatures are going to come all the way up to the low to mid 80s for Sunday with that storm chance in the late afternoon, early evening hours. Monday looks for the most part dry, and then we get a little bit more active as we go towards the middle of next week. But none of those days right now at least look all day washouts. But definitely get ready for the Aurora. I think this could be probably the best opportunity we've seen in a long, long time.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the T-Wolves are back in Minneapolis tonight looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead over the defending champs. Plus a pair of MVC rivals going at it on the softball diamond this afternoon. Rob is up next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Enjoy.
Is there such a thing as too many strawberries?
I don't know, Stan. Is there such a thing as too many sunsets?
Or too many video games? Or too many rainbows?
Or too many dance moves?
Or too many cozy sweaters?
Perkins' new Strawberry Freshtival is here with our new fresh strawberry mega pancake platter and new sweet and stuffed fresh strawberry cheesecake pancakes. Only at Perkins.
At Hardee's, we're putting our hearts into Mother's Day because moms put their hearts into everything. Join us in celebrating the goodness of moms with made-from-scratch heart-shaped biscuits. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're coming down the final stretch of the high school softball season. It's almost playoff time for the girls, but still some work to do before the postseason begins. And when it comes to the Tomah softball team, T-Wolves were looking to remain perfect in conference play. Tomah a perfect 10-0 so far against MVC opponents. Central up for the challenge at home this afternoon. Riverhawks in a jam early, but Carmen Peterson gets the K. Central out of trouble. T-Wolves doing the same though. Bottom two, Central looking to put one on the board, but Tomah gets out of it. We're scoreless through two. Let's go to the third. T-Wolves finally break through. Olivia Wall slices one to left. That just gets down for a base hit. Grace Johnson races in from second. Wall puts the Wolves on top, 1-0. That's just how Ken dances. What a coincidence. We'll have a final from this one later on tonight. WIAC tournament action continuing this morning from the UWO baseball team. Eagles got shut out yesterday against UW Stevens Point. Completely different story today against UW Oshkosh. Eagles torching the Titans 17-9. Lacrosse with 20 hits in this one, and the offense continuing to rake in UWL's second game of the day. We'll have a final of that one against UW Stevens Point. later on tonight. As for the softball squad, the Eagles putting up a fight today against UW Oshkosh, but the Titans played 2 in the 8th, and they get the win over La Crosse, 4-2, the final. On the Pro Diamond tonight, the Brewers will look to make it 2 straight over the rival Cards. It was all Milwaukee last night. Reese Hoskins with a 2-run shot, part of a 3-run first for the Crew, and Jake Bowers adding to it in the 2nd inning. He finds the bleachers in right. 7-1 victory for the Brewers. They're back at it again at the top of the hour. First pitch at 7:10. Feels like forever since Game 2 of the Western Conference semifinals, but the T-Wolves finally back home tonight for Game 3 against Denver. Minnesota looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead over the defending champs. And even without their best defensive player on the floor, T-Wolves making it look easy in Game 2, a 26-point win on the road. And now the Wolves will look to close it out at home. They'll look to get 1 win closer tonight. Tip-off is at 8:30. So 4-time Defensive Player of the Year now, Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
Reigning win there. Didn't have him in Game 2. They looked great in Game 2. So we'll see if he can, give them even more of a boost tonight. I don't know if they need it, but it'll definitely help.
They definitely got the momentum, because I remember, especially the atmosphere tonight is going to be incredible in the Twin Cities. Because remember when they won that play-in game? Yeah,
Pat Bev.
It was like they had won the finals.
Yeah, it's going to be unreal.
So a chance to take a 3-0 lead, and everything's going right for them so far. You expect the Nuggets to punch back a little bit. They're a good squad.
Yep.
But my goodness. But it's a good matchup.
Can't wait. Popcorn.
Yeah. Thanks, Rob. We'll be right back after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Life happens. When people hit bumps in the road, Family and Children's Center is here to help. FCC offers mental health support with 20 different programs, support for hurts, heartaches, and hardships. Because life happens, contact FCC Outpatient Therapy at fcconline.org.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
We still got that line that's kind of surging southeastward, so you might have some gusty winds, Sparta, Toma, as it comes through. Areas will probably see some gusty winds behind that. Eau Claire have seen some of that too with the northwest winds. Besides that, the aurora tonight, another thing to think about. And then the weekend looks really good with 80s likely on Sunday. So it should be a warm weekend despite that thunderstorm chance coming up there.
All right. Thanks for joining us at 6, everybody. Hope you'll join us again at 10.